say thank you for everybody taking time on your busy schedule. I love my eye. So, Deborah, we decided to name her Deborah because that came out of my mom's name. But my mom's name was supposed to be Sarah, and then at her birth, the angel told to my grandmother to name her Deborah. Jesus. My mother broke all of the rules, broke all the ceilings, the glassy ceilings that men made in our culture. She was the first young lady to go to school because the school was only for male. She was the first to go to theological school because that was only for male. She was the first to be a valedictorian on her class, and then also she was sent to start the ministry. Without any money, she was able to build 11 mega churches in Kinshasa, and then went to be with the Lord. So before she went to be with the Lord, she asked me, "How many churches do you have so far?" So I had 3 here in Raleigh, and then she called me lazy, and then I said, "Okay, by the time I finish, I'm going to beat you." So I have to beat 11. I have to. By the grace of God, we're going to make it work. So we, as we got married, we asked God 2 girls first, and then 2 boys, because we decided to name our 2 daughters, my mom and my wife's mom, because of how tremendous they were in our lives when dad decided to cut a food. So they did everything. So the dad was expecting the boys going to be their names. We said no, not in the contract. But anyway, we named her out of my mom. But when you go to the Bible, you realize that the Deborah in the Bible wore 2 hats. She was a judge, and one time, because the king was afraid, a male was afraid, she stepped up to take the leadership. You were wearing the hat of the judge and the heart of the king, and then she was able to lead the children of Israel to the freedom. That's who she is. Amen. That's who she is. Woo! That's who she is. Yes. That's who she is. Woo! God has blessed her through elementary school, middle school. She started cutting off at the middle school, beginning of high school. But for some reason, at a certain time, she realized who she was. Wow. She had to remove herself with the crowd that was affecting her. Yes. And then she got herself closer to Alicia, Carrington, and then all of them decided to rise to the point that she was accepted to, we didn't want to say that in the church, 7 different universities. Woo! Amen. And even one, she had a full ride. We did not like the school. The spirit did say no. We had to let go of the full ride because God was calling us through A&T. So we are so grateful to her. I'm going to read a couple of verses, and then I'm going to pass. We have our prayer warrior, the prayer leader at the Solid Rock by the name of who? Deborah. So you understand how things are. So I'm going to read a few verses. I will pronounce that to her. I'm going to ask her to get on her knees. Uh-oh. Don't watch it.
Yeah, squat.
Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flock of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Yes.
The Lord shall cause thine enemy that rise against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Yes.
The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouse, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God given thee.
Yes.
The Lord shall establish thee and a holy people unto himself, and he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandment of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways, and all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee, and the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee in good treasure the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
Jesus.
And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath.
Hallelujah.
If that thou hearken unto the commandment of the Lord thy God, which I command thee in this day, and observe and unto them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the word which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after the gods of that serve them. But it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee over to take thee. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I'm going to let Minister Deborah to stay there. Minister Deborah to speak the word to her, and then Brother Coleman, who was her leader, will come to pray, and then Uncle Tony will bless the time, and then bless the food. Amen?
So Deborah, first of all, I want to say I love your name. And it is confirmation that what your father spoke about your name, it is confirmation, because when I went for the Lord, when I opened myself to the Lord, that is exactly what he spoke to me about, the name Deborah. And I will just read this. It says, Deborah, the patriot, gathered honey for her friends like a bee. She had a fatal sting for her enemies, as the Canaanites came to experience. And this is the part. Science confirms the ancient belief that of all the animal kingdom, the bee ranks among the highest in intelligence. So Deborah, stand